Good evening, everybody. How are you out there today? So, this one really quick video, just something that I caught during this whole thing that no one else seems to be talking about. And I listened very closely. I got big ears, alright? These ears are huge. Look at how big these ears are. I mean, they're crazy big. So I listen to people a lot, and since I'm basically a nobody in IRL, people talk to me and I hear things and stuff like that. So, I'm very sensitive to little bits of data that kind of stream through means that weren't really supposed to get to me sometimes. Let's just say that. But there's something interesting that happened when I was watching the acceptance speech, the congratulatory acceptance speech, victory speech of Donald Trump. And I want to show you this. It's just a really quick segment of this, and I want to show it to you. So here we go. Listen very closely to this part.
Of 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or maybe even 8 years.
So the context of this is basically he's saying, I'm going to be congratulatory.
Me down and put me back down in the seat. But they are fantastic people, so I want to thank.
So basically, the context of that particular phrasing was his tenure. Was basically him saying, like, man, we're gonna get to work. We're gonna do great things. We're gonna do.
End of 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or maybe even 8 years.
So notice how he didn't really say 4 years or 8 years. If, at the end of this 4-year tenure or maybe even 8 years, like instead he goes 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or maybe even 8 years. Like, I don't know if he doesn't like lists of only two things. Maybe it's a Trumpism. Maybe it's nothing. But this is basically him talking about, it's like, man, we're going to get together, we're going to work great, and at the end of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or maybe even 8 years, people can look back at this and go, man, this was a greater moment than we thought it would be. That's me paraphrasing, of course, but basically what he was saying. So this comes quite interesting. So let's go back to the normal camera here. So, yeah. Seems quite strange, doesn't it? I know, here's the thing, it's like, so maybe he doesn't know how long the presidency runs, I got. And I did make a comment on this on my tweet feed, and people were like, well, maybe he doesn't know how long the presidency goes for. And it's like, no, he's running for the office. He should know at least that basic information, like that presidents run for 4-year terms, right? 4 years, not 4. 4 years, right? 4, not 2, not 3. If you're saying 2 or 3, it means something. It means something bad. It's not a good thing. Well, depending on who you are. It's not a good thing, though. Like, because here's the thing. There's 3 ways that a president gets out of it before... 3 ways that a president gets out of presidency before the end of the 4-year term. Number 1 is they resign. And I don't think if Trump was talking about anything, he's talking about that, because they didn't raise no quitters, okay? Number 2, impeachment. Never happened in United States history. It's been attempted, but never been there in United States history. So, but then people usually don't go, oh yeah, someone's gonna try to impeach me in 2 years or 3 years. The people don't account for their impeachment. Nobody expects the impeachment, all right? Nobody expects the impeachment. So, no, I don't think that's it either. So there's only one other option, and that's death. To die before you leave office. Now, he's old. He's an elderly gentleman. Well, and he's elderly, okay? Some people might not call him a gentleman, but he's elderly. So here's the question, though. It's like, so my mind went a little bit back, and I don't think a lot of people remember this, but there was this issue where, you know, Hillary Clinton was releasing her health things and releasing her doctor's notes and stuff like that, saying she's in perfectly good health, like all presidents, candidates have done in the past. They've, provided health things, and then Donald Trump's going, why should, he was behaving as though, that's an unusual thing, and he was going, well, she can't be healthy. Why is she sending out these doctor notes? It must be she's unhealthy. And then he had his own doctor release a note, and he's like, oh, he's in spectacularly awesome health. It sounded like his wordage being put into a doctor's mouth, and the doctor was eccentric and weird, and just said, oh, yeah, he's fine. And what do you mean he's fine? He's like, well, he's in good, spontaneously awesome health. And it's like, well, there's nothing wrong with him? Oh, yeah, no, he's great. And it was like this weird sort of, he seemed very odd. He's either the doctor's extremely eccentric, because I guess eccentric is as eccentric does, or there's something going on here. Donald Trump, are you terminally ill? And I'm asking seriously, because who in their right mind would go 2 years or 3 years? And who would seriously say that? Maybe he expects, I guess there was a quote-unquote attempt, or what was allegedly seemed like an attempt on the Nevada thing for the more unfortunate thing of somebody trying to harm him, and maybe he goes, well, maybe in the back of his head he goes, well, maybe somebody might try it, but nobody really says that out loud, really. So to me, it's weird, and I guess that's it for that's all I really have for this. It's what do you guys think? This seems very strange. I'll show you the clip one more time just to close it out, but it's just weird to me. Why would you say something like that? You know what I mean? Why would you?
2 years or 3 years or 4 years, or maybe even 8 years.
Maybe even 8 years. But maybe even 2 or 3 or 4. Why would you say 2 or 3? Donald Trump, man, if you are terminally ill, man, I hope you do make it those 4 years, because I guess I don't wish death on anybody. And if you really are, man, I'm sorry to hear, but that's the only explanation I really have for that particular word choice of phrasing. Other than it might be just a Trumpism, he just randomly he can't use a colon unless he cannot use a comma unless there's actually 3 things listed. He needs to have commas. He loves using commas, so he has to have extended lists that go beyond 2 items all the time. Just because it gives him more talking time, you see. I don't know. Maybe it's just a Trumpism. Might be nothing, might be something. But it's an interesting quandary, right? But I'll leave that to you guys, and whatever you think, have your opinions. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting the hop out of here. Kick the like, kick the comments, kick the subscribes. And that's all I'm going to say about this particular topic. It's a tiny little thing that I just went, huh? And I'm probably going to do that for the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or maybe even, God help us, 8 years. I'm going to be going, what did you just say? What? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have plenty of those moments, but we all will. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.